Hey there, welcome back. I'm Steve, and we're going to do a little bit more of a deep dive on this video. It was mentioned in my comments by several people, specifically, it was Dojo of Cool mentioned that why don't YouTubers actually do full real tests to show how much more improvement they are over the previous versions. There's just benchmarks only do so much. Well, we're going to fix that on this video, sorta. Um, The good news is that someone has actually come up with a very viable test to do just that. The team over at Team 2 Films created a standardized Davinci Resolve project that has several timelines loaded with computationally intensive effects, and it put together in a package that anyone can download and run it for free on their own systems. The idea behind it is to put together a package that is repeatable and is able to be used on not only Macs, but on any range of machines, including Windows, Mac, and Linux. But it can also be used to run tests against DaVinci Resolve updates to see if those updates are showing any better performance improvements or maybe negative improvements. Not improvements, negatives. Um, they're using render time as a measurement with the test, as it's really the easiest way to show this as a reference point between machines. So I have a link to the video below to the Team 2 YouTube video where they talk about this test. They run the test themselves against various machines. So make sure you go watch that video and compare our results with their results. But don't do it till we're done. So hold on. So what I've done is I've downloaded that project. Now I've loaded it up so I can run it on my M4 Pro Mac Mini to see how it holds up in comparison to those that they already tested. So as per their recommendation, I'm running it directly on the system's main SSD, and in their tests, they compared an M1 Max versus the M4 Max, and the results were as follows. The M1 Max rendered the first timeline in 430 seconds. The M4 Max was able to do it in just 238 seconds. And Mr. Alex Tech also ran that same timeline on an M4 Mac Mini, and he got a result of 880 seconds. In their video, they speculated on what the M4 Pro Mac Mini would score, but they didn't actually run the test against one. So let's actually do that now. Okay, I'll get the project loaded up and we'll select the timeline. Actually, we'll go here, load the project. And we're going to select the Benchmark A Studio timeline because this is a DaVinci Resolve Studio that we're running this on. And then what we do from this point on is going to load all the frames and get everything ready, but we go to our Deliver tab. They recommended to choose the H.264 master. We had the file created. We're going to leave all the settings as is. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to add this project to render 3 times in our render queue. The reason we add 3 renders to the queue is that if a computer has any thermal throttling issues where it slows down, if it's unable to cool the processor down enough, then that second and third render should give a better representation of the overall computer's performance. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and click render and let this kick off. And we'll fast forward to the end of the test and see what our results are. Okay, we have our results. So let's take a look. My M4 Pro Mac Mini rendered this with the following results. We had very interesting numbers. The way they're calculating it is in total seconds. First run was 589 seconds. The second run was 571 seconds. And the third one was 565 seconds. So surprisingly to me, it got faster every single time it ran. I did put my hand on it while we were running the test, and it's warm to the touch, definitely warm. It is not hot, I would say, but it is definitely warm. And I'd never heard I think, well, actually, I think I did hear the fan come on one time. But again, my office is not the best place to hear small noises like that. So I couldn't really tell 100% sure. Plus, I don't have the best hearing in the world. So it may have come on. I'm sure it came on, but it wasn't loud whatsoever. It was definitely not like my laptop gets when I do rendering or gaming, where that thing kicks on and it's like a hairdryer coming on. Nothing like that at all. It's super, super quiet. So where does that fall in comparison with the other systems that we already had tests for? Well, it is definitely better than the M4, but not quite as good as the M1 Max. And the M1 Max was able to do it in 430 seconds, and best time we had was 565, which is pretty close considering where I thought it might be at, based on what we saw with the video with Team 2. So there we go. A real-life performance evaluation in Davinci Resolve Studio to show just how powerful the M4 Mac Mini is doing in real tasks. So hopefully you found this information informative, it's helpful, and if so, feel free to like and subscribe to our channel, and you'll be able to see more types of these videos going forward as we work into this a little bit further. But again, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.